Live from Gahanna, WGLH TV presents Lincoln Live. With Alyssa Shope and Wesley Triplett.
Dress for Success. Why we have a dress code and what students are questioning about it.
A huge honor for one Lincoln athlete, and it's an honor he's earned before.
And whether or not you'll get to park here next year, the list is now available. We've got the details.
This is Lincoln Live.
Good morning, Lincoln. I'm Alyssa Shope.
And I'm Wesley Triplett, and welcome to today's edition of Lincoln Live. How are you doing today, Alyssa?
I'm doing pretty well. What about you?
I'm doing pretty well, a little tired from my track meet.
Today, we start off with a topic that is sure to start up a heated debate at our school.
The dress code is something that students question and adults in our school are obligated to enforce.
So why do we even have a dress code? And what steps can students take to get parts of it changed?
Those are some really good questions. Here's Caroline Maddox with the answers.
When deciding what to wear every day, there are many factors that people take into consideration, from comfort, style, and especially the dress code. Both faculty and students are to follow the dress code, and both express their own opinions, especially teachers.
I think in most buildings it's smart to have some type of guideline. I think, I know there's been some commotion recently on social media regarding our particular dress code. And I think this time period where school doesn't look at all like school is a great time for reassessment.
I do think that we do need to have a dress code here at Gahanna. I think there is some value in having some regulation on some of the things that students are wearing. Some of it is just to try to keep up with the recent fashion trends. Maybe you're not sure of what some of the students might be wearing. And so I think some regulation is good, but I do think that there should be some flexibility and fluidity.
It isn't just teachers who are voicing their opinions on the dress code. Students are also voicing out as well.
Personally, I think the dress code is very, very outdated, and it can be seen as sexist from the women's point of view, and it's not important in our education.
Our dress code has a lot of problems involving sexism, involving what clothes are actually available to students, involving who gets to make the decision on what students are wearing.
I think that the school's dress code just prohibits students from being able to truly express themselves, especially in a place like school where people can get away from their homes and get away from whatever's going on outside of school and just truly be who they want to be around their friends.
It is important that there is an environment that makes sure that students feel like themselves. And with the dress code being put in place, there are some concerns that students may not even know why we have a dress code.
When students were asked the question, do you agree with the following should be a part of the dress code? No exposed midriff shall be exposed when arms are raised above the head. Out of 154 responses, 8% listed yes, a shocking 72 listed no, and 22 listed no opinion.
With a lot of people listing no into their responses, it seems that a lot of people are not happy with what's happening within the dress code. And if they wanted to change it, they could. But the real reason is to how.
So I've had students reach out to me regarding their concerns and wanting change regarding the dress code. And my goal as your principal is always to help elevate your voice. So I just listen closely to what it is that they would like to see happen at Lincoln High School. So I would say the formalized process is just making us aware, as administrators, myself as the principal or assistant principals, we are open. Our doors are always open. We're always willing to listen to kids.
I believe it would be important to have student voice as a part of that, and possibly a student committee who would like to share some of their thoughts and ideas, and probably a group of teachers, administrators, along with those students who would all work together to discuss what's necessary and what's not necessary in our current dress code. I think the key is that we all want our students and our staff to be safe, but we also want our students to be able to express themselves, and dress is a huge part of the way that our students do express themselves.
Listening to all sides when it comes to a problem is key, and deciding the dress code is no different. Both staff and students' opinions should be taken into consideration. Being able to dress how one wants to is just one form of self-expression, and school should always be a place for self-expression. This is Caroline Maddox for Lincoln Live.
Thanks, Caroline. Hopefully that clarifies a few things. We want to congratulate junior basketball player Sean Jones. Sean has once again been named First Team All-Ohio. Sean has led the Lions to a 47-5 record over the past 2 seasons. He averaged over 17 points per game this season, and he was also first-team All-Ohio last season. Sean is a distance learner, so instead we caught up with Coach Steib.
What makes Sean Jones an all-state player are several different things that come to my mind. First is unbelievable work ethic. You know, to play the point guard position at a high level, you need to put in a lot of time. Also about Sean, he's very humble. You know, he's not the type of person that's going to walk around and wave his credentials to everybody. So to get this award as an all-state player for the 2nd year in a row, and also be a valuable and important teammate and putting the team first, makes him a very special player, and we're very proud of him.
Thank you, Coach Steib. A lot of athletes are wondering about those physical education exemption forms. In previous years, you needed a paper and a coach to sign you off on it, but this year, there is something new for everyone. Ray Tadako has the update for all of you. Here she is.
Are you looking for your PE exemption form? Well, I have some good news for you. Our athletic department has worked with our counseling department to make sure that you won't have to get that exemption form anymore. It will be automatically waived for you.
Thanks, Ray. AP tests are coming up in about a month, and some students are working really hard this year to get the best grades possible. Though these tests can be very stressful and hard to manage, your teachers are always here to help. I caught up with APUSH teacher Mr. Ruger to find out what his best advice is. Here he is.
All right, so ladies and gentlemen, we've got AP testing coming up only a month away for my AP US History students, exactly 1 month from today. And so I wanted to take some time to give you advice on how to pass your AP exams. Number 1, study now. All right, do not wait to review. If you haven't started reviewing yet, start now. Do not wait to the last minute. Number 2, ask your teacher questions. We are here to help you. We are the experts in the building. Ask us. And speaking of experts, if you know someone who has taken your AP exam before, maybe think about reaching out to them as well to get some helpful hints, because they know the student perspective because they literally just did it before. So consider asking them the night before your AP exam. Get a good night's rest, solid 8 hours in. I know you're going to be nervous, but the better sleep you get, the better prepared you're going to be the next day. Also, the most important piece of advice that I can give you, relax. If you've been putting in your best effort, if you've been trying, if you've been listening to your teacher, then you got this. Be confident, go in there, and nail it, because you can do this.
Thanks, Mr. Ruger. Well, it looks like we have Ray joining us in the studio this morning. Good morning, Ray. How are you doing?
I'm doing good. I have a busy rest of the week ahead of me. How about you, Wesley?
I'm doing pretty good, just a little tired. So what do you have for us today?
So, if you applied for a parking pass and are wondering if you got accepted, Lily Sager has all the information for you. Here's Lily.
Hey everyone, if you applied to get a parking pass for next school year, be sure to check the list outside of the attendance office to make sure your application got submitted correctly. And if you didn't, be sure to go see Mrs. Pershing.
Thanks, Lily. Last night, the boys and girls track teams traveled to Westerville North to compete in their second meet of the year. Both teams did extremely well last night, so let's go ahead and get started with the girls team. The girls won the meet by 9 points. There were many great wins throughout the night coming from many members of the team. A few to note are Amron Chilton winning the 100 and 200 meter dash, Camden Bentley winning in the 100 and 300 meter hurdles, and Micaiah Trent winning the long jump with a distance of 15 feet 5 inches. And now for the boys. The boys team started strong and kept the lead through the entire meet, winning by 43 points. There were many wins throughout the night. Some of the guys that really stood out were Makai Shahid winning the 200 meter, Christopher Finkley winning the 100 and 300 meter hurdles, and Romero Wells winning the long jump with a distance of 19 feet 9 inches. For more info for both teams and their times on the meet, you can visit the Lincoln Track and Field Twitter page at Lincoln_TF. Great job, Lions. It seems like our track teams are off to a great start. I hope everyone has a great rest of their week. Back to Wesley and Alyssa for more reminders.
Well, that's all for our show today.
Have a great rest of your Thursday, and we'll see you tomorrow.
Bye.
Bye.